What is up, YouTube? So today I am going to steam and press a Daredevil 181. There is obviously there's Frank Miller is going to be at the New York City Comic Con, so I'm hoping to get this in decent condition to possibly get it signed and graded. The only thing I did notice, there is a little tiny rip right there, but I'm going to open this up. Let's take a look at it under some light. Okay. So you can see this whole corner of this book look like it got crushed. This is the back side. This is the front side. So these are non-color breaking, so they may come out, but there is that little sucker right there. A couple little indents in the cover. Nothing crazy. Another indent right there. Oh man, that top corner's bad. But I won't know until I press it. So let's get started. Let's steam this sucker. Try to get this nice and loose. It's probably gonna take a lot of work, and then we'll get it in the press. But before I get fired up with the steamer, I just use a regular clothing steamer with distilled water in it. I know some people like to use a humidity tank, which is great, but it's super time consuming and you don't always get the results you want. So I'm going to use a steamer. It's a lot quicker. It'll apply moisture to this whole corner of this book at one shot instead of waiting God knows how long in a humidity bath. So let's fire up that steamer. Okay, so I always like putting the backer board in at the center fold before I do anything to the book. This way it could kind of speed up the time from getting it under steam and right into the press. So, but when I do that, I also do a silicone parchment paper on both inside covers, both outside covers, and I have a steel plate, which I'll show you when I get to my press, on the bottom, and it's a flat steel top. So it's steel on steel with a little cushion bottom. The press is set. Okay, so this is the first time using this new steamer because my old one did finally die. But this is a typical clothing steamer, as you can see. And this is going to take a lot of work because this crush, even though it's not color breaking, it's through the entire book. Look at that. I just noticed that. Got a little rip right there too. And I'm steaming just the area where the crush mark is, not the whole book. However, I'm going to probably steam the entire cover because it does have some indents in it. And if you can see, I got some water dots on there. So you don't want that extra water on your book. So cotton round. Let's try to get it off. You don't want to apply pressure. You want to just kind of graze over it. This front cover is pretty wet. So when it's this wet and you press it, you can get some waviness on the edges of the book. That's normal. because the moisture doesn't have anywhere to go. So you're pressing it to try to get the imperfections out. Then you're gonna have to press it again with not using silicone parchment papers, but actually just using printing paper, non-acid printing paper. So let's get this sucker in. Okay, so I got the book in. I got the parchment paper set, one for the top. The heat press is set at 150, and I'm gonna leave this in probably for, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes. And then I'm going to leave it in for probably 3 hours cold. This way it doesn't revert back. And then I'll probably have to just process over again without the steam. See you in a minute. Okay, so the press is nice and cool, so I can open this up now. Let's take a look at it. Now I am going to take all the silicone parchment paper off the book, out of the book. From the inside covers and from the bottom, because that will trap the moisture in between the layers of the parchment paper. So I'm going to get that out. I'm going to add regular printing paper to the inside cover. This waviness on the top is the effect from the moisture. So inside the back cover. And then on the bottom of the press, and as well as on top of the book. And I'm going to do the same process over again. I'm going to put it in here for about 5 minutes, and then let it cool down for 2 to 3 hours. So I will see you guys in a little while. Okay, second press. Let's take the sucker out. All right, let's see what it looks like under light. Okay, so under light, see it's better, but it's still there. And if you look, you can see the staple is slightly detaching from the cover. Still got a little bit of ripples up here. So, moral of the story of this book, definitely improved. Definitely not something I'm going to drop some money on to get signed and graded. So, happy to have it in the collection, happy to have it looking better, but it's going to be a pass on a signature in a slab. So, maybe next time. But, hope you learned something from this video. If you did, click that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.